emotionally involved with Joe Biden at this table than I am. I love him and his family dearly. I would have preferred a cleaner interview.
Don't you think wait, hold up. Let's go, and then come back if we're going to do more. Hey, I want to make a correction because I think I said that Hunter worked with Burisma before Joe was VP. I should have said that he worked as an advisor to Burisma through his firm before Burisma invited him to join their board. Well, you know, sometimes, sometimes if you misspeak or you speak too fast, you just got to say, oh, yeah, this is what I got to say. It's live, and we actually are alive up here. We're actually here. This is happening in real time. This is happening in real time.
No safety net like everybody else who tapes. Gotcha.
That's so, you know, I'm going to, did you want to?
Oh, I just wanted to mention two things. One, Hunter Biden also had board experience. He was on the board of Amtrak before he joined this board. So the notion somehow that he got it just because of his name, I don't know is 100% completely true in terms of the nepotism allegations. The other thing that I think, and I was going to ask you, Megan, is why, you know, this is the Trump narrative, that they are corrupt, that the Bidens are corrupt. I don't understand why the Democrats don't just come out and say, nothing illegal was done. Don't buy into the Trump narrative. He is projecting. Why is that not good enough?
Because it's helping the adversaries. It's helping anybody who's running against Biden. And I think, again, it's a blood sport. That's what's so, uncomfortable and intense about the primary process is on both sides, you eat each other in order to find out who's strongest, who's best, who's going to be able to go against Trump the best. And again, it's not, we've said it's not illegal. The ethics of it are questionable, which is why this has fever pitched to a two hot topic story GMA interview. And I don't think it's going to, I actually don't think this is going to go away. And I think if you're Elizabeth Warren and you want to drain the Trump swamp, she's going to use it, or her surrogates are going to use it in any way they can.
Well, it certainly won't. I mean, the president will likely be impeached by the House because of all of this, right? It'll be interesting tonight in the debate to see if his opponents attack him for this, because you saw how that
somebody will.
Kamala Harris
took
that route, and it didn't end well for her. It didn't end well for her.
Well, yes.
Well, it's just not true.
Well, the debate tonight, by the way, has 12 people on it, which I find way too many, because last time it was 10. I can't even wrap my head around it. I follow politics every day. Your average American, that is too much. Yeah. I do think we need to get to a place where, like, who are our choices?
But you can't see, that's not how democracy works. That democracy doesn't work that way. We have said to we've said since I was a little baby, you know how long ago that was, you know, anybody can run for office. Anybody can run for president, and people are exercising their right to do that.
I love that.
And we have to, you got to let it shake out.
But you can't really have real conversations, I think, on a debate stage when there are 12 people and you only have a certain amount of time. I find each of these debates, there's only so much I take away from it.
Yeah,
and it's hard to come out a shooting
like
star
8.5 hours.
when you're not as well known. I mean, I'm really interested to see what Mayor Pete does, because he's doing pretty well in the polls, and he's really framed himself as a centrist. And you know who's going to be watching this very closely is Michael Bloomberg. There are reports that he is getting pushed to run by none other than Judge Judy. And it also tells me that people are concerned that the options that we have right now aren't going to necessarily beat Trump, that there is a push for other people that come down this middle lane that might...
I think Michael has always been trying to figure out whether he was going to run. I don't know if he's...
on the show.
I remember. Yeah. But I don't know that he's the right person, and you haven't heard enough from him to know if he's the person. So,
he was good.
We have until debatable.
The audience seems a little...
Watching.
This is the thing, though. It is a while, but it's not. This is like January is going to be New Hampshire primary. That's not that far from now, and that's the beginning of momentum. And before that's the Iowa caucus, and it's the beginning that will get the ball rolling of momentum and feed out the other candidates.
Things might have to go a little bit different this time because we got a different. You know, this is. Well, you know what? I don't know what will help anybody. I just want somebody to tell us as Americans, where you want to take us. I already know where you know who is taking us. I don't like that.
Yeah, I know where we are now.
Going after Bernie Bernie Warren. Bernie Warren and Beto's policies leading up to tonight. But isn't this the whole point of the debate?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what
gotta
you're
stake
supposed
your
to
place.
do. You have to say why I'm the better choice than that person.
He's also really severely left.
Right.
And I think he realized that lane is not only co-opted and taken, but Elizabeth Warren's doing it better than anybody else.
Right.
So I got to go back to the middle, and he's been attacking Beto on guns, for which, as you guys all know how I feel about guns and Beto. I thought it was better. He also called out Beto for trying to strip churches of tax-exempt status if they oppose gay marriage, which will play very well in the middle. But he's done some real damage. I actually want Mayor Pete to come back on this show because I have some real questions about some of the policies he's been put out because done with the far left, whatever. Why are you laughing at me?
I'm laughing because
It's not
for me,
always
it's like
my opinion.
no, for me, because it's like a marriage.
And I walked out.
Finding new things
And
out.
I walked out on you.
You had to get close.
Someone
keeps on I have a friend that is in politics, and he keeps on reminding me that at this point in the debate, no one even knew really who Barack Obama was during the primary.
But he was getting a lot of attention.
He was getting a little
battleground
bit of
wise.
attention.
No,
but
that's not actually.
it was pretty
that's
early.
That's actually a fair assessment.
You
No,
know?
no disrespect, but that was the year my father was running, so I paid very close attention.
Yeah.
This time he was getting actually a lot of momentum, especially
He was
in
getting
Iowa.
momentum, but he still wasn't.
Do you know who else is getting
he
momentum?
became.
Warren.
Right? Exactly. But he still
Right
wasn't.
now.
But
Warren right now.
Nobody was going to be the
I
candidate
literally
at
don't
this
know
point.
anything except
Here
this.
we go. That's
This-
heritage and our American heritage that we share. Okay. So yesterday, we talked about Fort Worth, Texas police officer Aaron Dean shooting and killing 28-year-old Jefferson through the window of her own home. Last night, he was charged with murder, which was pretty much one of the first times any of us have seen this happen so quickly and so clearly without having to beg people to take a look.
Yeah.
Were you surprised by the swiftness of this movement?
I was very surprised, especially because when the shooting first happened, it seemed like the response was going to be same old, which was let's, as the police department, release a photograph of a gun that was found in her home. In Mary State, as far as I can tell, a lot of people have guns in their home there. And so it seemed to me, at least most, so it seemed to me at first that, oh my goodness, here we go again with sullying the victim. This is going to be the narrative. But they seem to do a complete 180 within about 24 hours. And I don't know how that happened, but I'm very happy that that happened because it's about time that, again, as I said before, that when you're black at the Starbucks or black eating ice cream in your own home like Botham Jean, or when, you know, you're Sandra Bland, it's time for justice to really happen equally across the world. I'm pleased.
You know what, though, I'm glad that they acted so quickly, but I can't stop thinking about that 8-year-old boy. And the neighbor who did the right thing in calling because they saw something that they were concerned about.
Saw something
and
and said
because
something
of that,
about it.
this is the result. So there are a lot of people that are involved in this, and the whole thing's just heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking, and I think this is what the police department should absolutely do, and maybe a lesson that other police departments can learn from, of how you respond quickly.
Horrible.
It's just horrible.
But you know, it could have gone another different way. I wonder what the conversation would have been had she gotten nervous that somebody was on her property and she had shot through
It's a standard ground state, so it would be legal.
Well, yeah, one would think. But if you're in your house and you think, you know, but this is
regardless, just sitting playing video games with her nephew and got shot.
There you go.
Justice so far seems to.
And it could have been, again, anybody watching. This is something that could have happened to any of us, but it seems to happen to some of us more often.
It seems
which is
that
why
way.
which is why we highlight it, and we're glad to see people are moving in the right direction. We'll bet. Ray is coming up, and the smell of the food that
It's
is
so
being
delicious.
cooked in her name is starting to irritate me. I'm starting to get a little hangry. So if I have a look on my face like this, it's because I want